Okay, I realized that I had left my template on when I exported that, so that's why I keep backups. I went ahead and deleted this one and fixed it using the backup that I had made. So now I've got this as my texture. So now you're going to go and bring up Max again with your model. Hit M to bring up your material editor. And let's see. We're going to go ahead and select the attachments. I'm going to name this piece attachments. And I'm going to convert it to an editable poly. Select everything and give it material ID 2. Now back here in the material editor, you're going to add another material. And navigate to your bitmaps. And you're going to choose attachments. Make sure to copy that name and put it here. And here. And there. Okay. And oops. And go ahead and apply that. Alright. Not quite the position I wanted it in, but that's fine. If you hit Shift Q, it'll render, and well, it's backwards. Oh, also, if you go and click here on UMP, it should update. Alright, EOTech is written backwards on this side, so I'm going to just sort of cheat. I'm going to detach this thing. I'll select it, and I'm going to flip it on the y-axis. Wait. No, I don't guess that'll help, will it? Okay. In that case, I'm just not going to worry about it. Okay. So this is what your gun looks like now. Or what it should look like, roughly. You can add camo to more of the gun if you wanted to, or less of the gun. Doesn't matter. I also, when I went back and fixed my mistake, I went ahead and unselected the grip there. Honestly think the camo is a little too noticeable here. I should probably have made it a little bit less opaque, but that's fine. Doesn't really matter. Okay, so go ahead and save this. Now unhide all. You should have all of your nodes and markers back. You're going to select your attachments, and you need to link them to the frame gun. Okay, you can go ahead and check here and select by name, and it is under frame gun. Okay. Go ahead and select the lens. You're also going to want that connected to frame gun. Oops. Okay. And for the lens, what you're going to do is you're going to select both pieces of it and give them material ID 3. Now open your material editor back up, add yet another material, and select the lens. Make sure to copy that name. Alright, and then apply that there as well. Now, what the? Oh, 3, not 2. Alright, now I'm going to select these in the polygon selection, and here I'm going to go to UVW map, not unwrap UVW, but UVW map. I guess you could really do it either way, but I'm going to do it this way. That looks strangely distorted. There we go, choose box, that ought to do it, and then you can adjust like the scaling here if you need to at all. There we go. Alright. Now everything should be linked to your frame. It is. So go ahead and save, and then run script, JMS exporter, export JMS data. Just click yes to that. Yes again. Now you're going to want to go to UMP models and save it as that JMS right there. And then export again. Yes to all of these again. And go up a level, choose FP models, and save over that JMS as well. Okay. Now, let's see. You're going to want a new sound effect for the firing. So I'm going to go ahead and paste this. I've provided the sound effect, or you can find your own if you want it. It's completely up to you. I'm going to call this suppressed fire 1. Okay. Now, let's see. The last thing to do is going to be to go to Animations, Max Files, and go to Fire 2. We're going to need to adjust the position that he raises the gun to look through the sights, because the sight is now going to be above the iron sight slightly. And then we'll get started on compiling all of this stuff. Okay. Now I'm just going to go ahead and import, merge, and then I'm going to navigate to that model. And the only part I'm going to import is attachments. It's going to ask you if you want it attached to what it was attached to before. I'm going to say yes. Okay, and that should put it right where it needs to be. Okay, now I'm going to go to Auto key. I'm going to select the right wrist controller. No, actually, I'm not even going to use Auto key. I'm just going to sort of cheat and move the whole thing. Let's see. And you're just going to want to move it down, maybe even rotate it down a little bit so that so you can see clearly through the sight, through the new sight that is. And right about there. Okay, now I'm going to save this. I'm going to run scripts, animation exporter compact, navigate to your UMP animations, and save over first person fire2.jma. Okay, I'll go ahead and exit that. Alright, now you're going to want to go back to your main root directory and open up your tool. Type tool, bitmaps, weapons, UMP 45, bitmaps. Okay, now let's see. Not sure why that one's doing that, but okay. Now go ahead and open up whatever version of Gorilla you like to use. Go to Weapons, UMP 45, bitmaps, and open up Lens. Change this to Compressed with Explicit Alpha. Go ahead and exit that, and not sure why it was doing that, but I'm going to go ahead and change this one to Explicit Alpha as well. Okay, now I'm going to recompile those. Shouldn't give you any errors this time. Okay, now we need to create shader models for those. Simple parameterization, metal thin, and for the base map it's going to be weapons, UMP 45, bitmaps, UMP. Oops, not that one. No, we've already got for that. Attachments. There we go. Now save as, navigate back to your UMP folder again, shaders, and this is going to be called attachments. Then you're going to need another one for the lens. You can change this to glass if you want to, but it's not really going to make any difference. Now let's see. save this one as lens. Okay, now I'm going to go back to tool and type in tool, model, weapons, UMP 45, and compile that. Should hopefully compile without error. Alright, now hit up to select the previous command and add \fp to that. Alright, both of those compiled just fine. Now we're going to use this sound compiler that we used in the main tutorial as well. And we're going to convert that new firing sound effect. Suppressed fire 1. I'm going to copy that name because I want it to name the converted file that same thing. Go ahead and wait and let that compile. Okay. Now go to tags, sound, music, and grab that new suppressed sound that you made. Now go to tags, weapons, UMP 45, sounds, and put it in there. Okay. And then open Gorilla back up and go to open, weapons, UMP 45, and we need to find our firing effect, which is going to be right here, fire bullet. Go to event 2 and change the firing sound effect to suppressed fire 1. There we go, and save that. And then we're going to open up Sapien or Hobo or whichever you like to use. And let's see, I believe I had a map that I had placed this thing in. Sapien is taking forever to come up. Okay, let me just make sure that I have a couple of these things in here. Excellent, okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and compile that. Alright, and that should be it. I'm going to go ahead and bring up another recorder that will work with Halo, and I'll show you the gun in game.